Hey, so I thought, you know what? Why don't I see if I can just kind of take care of a couple of these quests off camera? I just didn't expect that Ajara was gonna poke her head in and say some dialogue. So I just took down one of those two bosses right here that I was supposed to take down, or maybe it's just the one that looks like Lady Vosh. And Ajara says, "Drown these insects, my children. Show yourselves worthy of my pride." And I thought, that is so Ajara. That is so Queen Ajara. You need to show yourselves that you're worthy of my pride. Because of course you'd want my pride. Why wouldn't you? If I haven't made it clear before, I've always just loved the job that the voice actress for Queen Ajara does. She makes that character just so good.
I don't have a target.
Picked up 3 keys. See, that's the enemy I was talking about just now, that I killed when she said that, while she's battling that water elemental. Right. There we go. Alright, 3 more keys.
Perish, Landwalker!
Out of range.
I only got free a couple more villagers. So I do have to take down these sea serpents. These things.
Too far away. I need to get closer.
There we go. I have an excessive amount of keys right now. Oh well. Be free. And be free. There we go. Well, that helps clarify the map a little bit more.
I'm out of range.
2 more, and there happens to be 2 right here.
I need to target something first.
Back and turn these in. Again, every time I go to fly, I'm automatically pointing down like that. Oh, it drives me insane. I don't know why it does that. I really wish I could fix that.
Storm Song will endure.
That should slow down their progress quite a bit. You have my gratitude. Ding! 117. Is the Sea Witch dead? I have no idea what this might be, but I don't like the looks of it. Let's see. 268 ring. I'll grab the waist. These numbers, we should be able to hold our own here. Oars and fishing nets make surprisingly effective weapons. I'm no tide sage, but even I can tell that whatever you have there is probably not a good sign for the Bastion. There's one of those Tortolans, recall, who's been helping us figure out a solution to whatever the Naga are planning in front of the levee. He'd probably like to see this. So we recall at Fort
Make this
Dalen.
valley whole again.
Go.
I have many wares.
Up.
Farewell, wanderer.
Translog it up. And we're on our way
Good trail.
to Fort Dalen. A fort named after that guy. Ooh, now that looks interesting. And again, more tentacles. Tentacles. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Now what? Oh, there's an inn right here. But hello,
Help
dear.
you find something? See you around.
Alright. Hello, Recall.
Step closer and don't mumble.
This is concerning. Very concerning. The Naga oft take what they want, with little care for who they are taking it from. Perhaps we should do the same for them. The sorceresses use powerful beacons to assist with their spell casting. I could use these relics to strengthen my own ritual. If you're up to it, I have an idea to give the Naga an amusing surprise. I need some teeth from marine predators to cast the spell, though. Luckily, the Naga brought some disgusting eels with them. Go gather their fangs and bring them back to me.
Back with some better stories.
Mind your tack.
We were holding off the Naga up until the latest attack. A few of our forces are still out there. The Tide Maidens seem to be slowly torturing them to death. If you could save as many as you can find, we'd be one step closer to gaining the upper ground again. While we try to figure out what to do with those channelers, we'll have to take shots where we can get them. Our men could use some assistance retaking parts of the lower walls. Kill some Naga for me, would you?
Storm's coming.
Okay.
I can feel it in the waters.
Of course, what timing? And then it says, oh yeah, the mission on the mission table is done. Great. Jeweled Coast. This is, of course, that area with the Tortolans. Yep, here's that area where the Tortolans flight master and such is. Right over here. Hold on. I have to show this. Oh, the cute little baby Tortolans. Yay! Yee-hee-hee-hee. Oh, they're so cute. In fact, hold on. Where is he? Where is my little buddy? Toddle! There he is! Toddle! Toddle! Hee-hee-hee-hee. Alright, just wanted to show that. Oh, it's a cute little baby Tortolan. Come on. They're so cute! Alright.
Landwalker!
Sure, come on. I'll pull all of you.
It's too far away.
So, by the way, I was thinking about this. I think what I'm probably going to do now, of course, this means I'm going to have to wait a little while, but I think when we get to Drusivar and we have to then queue up for the dungeon for that zone, I think I am going to just go ahead and queue up as the DPS spec and basically just try and do the dungeon as the DPS instead of the tank. One, because I'm not that familiar with that dungeon, so I like to tank in a place where I am very familiar with the layout and the bosses. Even like just now the Shrine of Storms, I was a little familiar with it, but not that much. Whereas I think I've done that Waycrest Manor dungeon like once, and it seemed like a bit of a maze.
I need to get.
So I think what I'm going to do, just to also continue to get more used to playing the DPS spec instead of just the tank spec, is to go ahead and basically queue up for that as a DPS. And yes, I know this means I'll have to actually wait in queue instead of getting instant queue as a tank. But at the same time, I think it's like, yeah, let me go ahead and just do that just I don't know. It sometimes can be a little bit more comfy to just play as a DPS instead of playing either a tank or a healer because, well, you're there just mainly to do damage. Whereas if you're playing as either a healer or as a tank, you have a bit more responsibility and you gotta pay attention to a whole bunch of other things. You know, like when I'm tanking, there's a number of things I have to focus on and pay attention to compared to if I'm just playing DPS. It's a different feel. And those who have played or tried playing all three roles in this game know what I'm talking about. Now, there are some who have literally never even tried certain roles in this game. There will be some people I've heard that they only play either, you know, one character or they played only one role. Like, there are some people that all they've ever played is a mage, which means all they've ever done is DPS in this game. So, you know, being a damage dealer, like a mage, compared to being a, you know, a tank or a healer, is definitely a whole different mindset and focus of what you have to really focus on and pay attention to. And as I said when we did the Shrine of Storms, it's something that I've been trying to get better at constantly. To me, it's a constant, you know, work at range. You can't just like, oh, I'm out instantly. I'm an amazing tank. To me, it's like a constant thing I have to work on and improve on. It's kind of like what Abathur was saying. It's like you can't ever become perfect at it. It's something you have to constantly work at. You can try and pursue it, but you can never catch it. You can always be able to find somewhere to improve and work on. And something I constantly try and do that with some of the different specs. And it was something that motivated me to actually try and learn how to play Brewmaster Monk instead of just playing Mistweaver. Now, I love playing Mistweaver, and it seemed like Brewmaster was a really difficult thing to do. And it is a very difficult spec to play especially compared to other tank specs in the game. But because I wanted to continue to try and get better, I felt the motivation to try and actually play some on my monk to try and actually learn how to play that, as opposed to just playing Mistweaver. Now, you know, if we were doing this, I would just be like, yeah, sure, I'll just, you know, queue up as a Mistweaver. I am very familiar with it. Yeah, sure. You know, but especially if I'm not familiar, I'm comfortable with that. Whereas if you're doing something you're not entirely comfortable with, you usually want to go ahead and hold off on that till you become more comfortable and familiar with what you're doing before you play the spec that you're not really used to playing. This is something I actually kind of learned the hard way when I was actually trying Brewmaster on my lower level monk in the Scarlet Monastery dungeon, and my teammates were going, like, they were asking me, like, have you done this before? Like, have you played a tank before? And I'm like, and so I had to be like, yeah. The thing is, I'm not very, you know, I'm still learning how to play Brewmaster. And they were like, okay, that's fine. Just, you know, let us know ahead of time. Because it was obvious to them that I wasn't very good at playing as a Brewmaster. And I was still trying to learn how to play it. So, it's one of those harsh learning experiences that you tend to have when you are trying to actually, you know, grow and develop as a player. Because when I look back at how it started, where all I ever did was Enhancement Shaman, because it was DPS and I was kind of just almost terrified at the idea of actually trying to play as a resto shaman, even though my friend was, who was trying to help me get into WoW, was telling me, it's gonna obviously take a long time to do stuff like that if you just constantly do nothing but play DPS. If you equip as a healer, it's gonna go a lot faster for you. I'm like, I know, but I'm so nervous and, concerned about it, because I understand what people, expect of you when you are playing certain roles like that. Whereas now, that's kind of where I was like a few years ago. Whereas nowadays, I usually feel a lot more comfortable about it because I've gotten much more experience about it under my belt now, playing the different classes. Like, this was back when I was still trying to learn how to, play the game in general, not just necessarily the classes.
Swallow you!
Alright, so 3 more soldiers saved and 1 more beacon. Is there another beacon nearby? There's apparently also a treasure nearby as well. Ah, here's one. Right next to a soldier. Perfect. Oh. Okay. So apparently there is a treasure over here. Right there. Ooh, another scroll. Nope. Oh, no, yeah, it counts. 10 of 12. All right. Tide spears. I still have that. Okay. I'll say 2 more soldiers. Again, you notice that? Pointing down. I took off and immediately pointed me back down. It just drives me nuts that it keeps doing that no matter how many times I correct it. And I can't figure out how to stop that. How to turn it off from just auto-correcting the direction I'm going to be flying in. It's insane. Oh, there's one right here. And I've aggroed stuff. Alright, sure. Good thing these things are going down really fast. Alright, come on. One more. Where is he? Again, let's see that? Immediately, I'm pointing down. Oh, I can't stand that. Ugh. Alright, are there any up here? Or is it all down there? Oh, here's one.
For Queen Azara! I need to get closer.
Alright. Ready for turn, ready for turn, ready for turn. Yep. Always a good feeling.
Get cracking.
Each one that you killed is one less that my men have to worry about. Thanks. Well, that should slow down their progress quite a bit. You have my gratitude. Let's see. Cloak. Foot pads. Feet. I'll go with the feet. Oh, now he's got 3 more. Like to do other things now. Go do more. Fort walls only go so far when it comes to defense. We've got cannons in position to fire if the Naga get too close, but we need some fortifications further out. There should be a few good areas to set up some traps further down the beach. Those Naga will never know what hit them. I'll have some men move some cannons down to the sea, while in preparation of whatever ritual is going on down in that delta. We could use some extra ammo before we spread ourselves too thin, though. Luckily, those Naga harpoons work well enough with our mortars. Take down those lances and bring back any harpoons that you find. I've been talking with Rakal, and the Tortolan says that our problem in the Delta can probably be solved by turning the Naga's magic back on them. A few of the sorceresses on the south coast have a channeling wand that we may be able to use to break the head priestess's ritual channeling, find one, and bring it back here.
The tide waits for no man.
Greetings, sir, and, ma'am.
Make sure that you don't drop any of the beacons. I cannot say I know what will happen. Ah, how powerful. These will be a great help. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Give me a bit of time to prepare the spell. You're a shark. Oh my goodness. Have you ever been bitten by a shark? Thankfully, no. I have numerous times. It stings. Murlocs don't usually survive shark attacks. The ritual that I had in mind is ready to cast. Let me know when you're prepared. Kill 20 Murlocs. Oh no.
Everything in the ocean is as good-looking or nice-mannered as I am.
Oh boy.
Leave. I was done talking to you anyway.
I'm a shark! Ah! Oh, wait, what? Oh, I thought that was gonna be like a bite button. Okay. Apparently that just cancels it. My bad. My bad. Okay, I'll just go back and be like, alright, I'll cast it again. My bad. I didn't realize I was gonna cancel it. I was trying to move and it was just kind of like a straight line. I guess I had to hold down the right mouse button to like change direction.
I've seen things that would
Here we go.
scare you shellless.
Do I just swim right into them? Apparently so. I'm sorry, Murlocs. I'm sorry. I wonder what the Loa of the shark Loa would have to say about that. About what I just did. You guys remember him, right? Because you basically do quests about, that involve him when you're a Horde. But, I mean, of course, the Alliance basically has, at least I don't think they have basically any quests related to the Loa. I mean, when you think about it, though, why would they? Right?
I'm out of range.
Trying to see where, if I can actually, there they are. Of course, that guy has to be literally right next to one. Of course he does. I'm trying to see if I can get this without aggroing anything. Alright, well that's one. The channeling rod, huh?
It's too far away.
Take you!
Am I doing that wrong? Oh, so I just have to keep killing them until they drop one. Okay, it's one of those.
I need to get closer.
Right over there. Okay, apparently I was targeted to her instead of this thing. If you're gonna fight me, let me at least fight this one as well. Come on, how many of these do I have to take down before it drops? Of course, this is a quest item. Imagine what it would be like for people who come out here and they farm, not necessarily these Naga, but just in general. You've seen that, you know, that golden main thing. Imagine people coming out here and trying to farm for that thing. My goodness. That is some dedication right there. People say, oh man, like the amount of attempts that I made to get ashes was dedication. I'm like, no, that is nothing compared to the dedication some have for some other really much harder to get mounts than ashes. Oh, is no one just way over here on the beach? Okay. Well, may as well. There's two of them here, hopefully. Gives me a good shot of actually hitting them. Hey, a Night Elf Death Knight.
Can't attack that.
There we go, got it.
I'm out of range. I need to get closer. It's too far away.
Alright, that's 4. Oh, come on. I was really just hoping I was gonna only aggro those Murlocs, not this guy here. Ugh. Fine.
Target.
Finally. Now to find more of those harpoons. $17.
Perish, Landwalker!
Can't attack that.
I have failed.
Spit it out.
Alright. Even I can feel how much power this thing contains. Great work. Let's hope that these harpoons can fire from our cannons. If you run across any other opportune spots, feel free to set up more mines. This guy's a ton of quests. Now that all of the preparation has been done, it's time to tackle the main threat. You can use the channeling rod that you just found in conjunction with this scroll that I just got from Rakal to break the shields around the Naga leaders in the Delta. Hurry! Stop them before they finish their summoning. The greatest of the Zethgir offensive sits within the Delta as we speak, waiting for the summoning ritual to be finished. If we can clear out a number of them, we'll finally have the upper hand. Get down there and cause as much chaos as you can.
Just in a bind.
Step closer and don't mumble.
How did it feel to be a Murloc's greatest fear? It felt kind of horrible.
Come back with some better...
Poor Murlocs. Recalls ritual beads. 272 trinket. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Equip your spells and abilities have a chance to grant you haste and swim speed for 20 seconds. Okay.
I have many lucky doos. You like?
Behold, the secret to keeping your bags clean and organized. I'm sorry, I always found it funny. I do this just like instinctively, just naturally. To me, it's just natural to just want to just go ahead and immediately, get on this mount, clear up my bags. Of course, you have to make sure you get one of these mounts first. If not, you can get the other one that doesn't have the transmog guy here. But, you just do that and clear that up. And yet, people ask me like, oh my gosh, how do you keep your bag so clean and organized? I guess I just also don't have that many things in my bags compared to other people. Keep in mind, although, that, Demon Hunters start off at 98, though that will change in Shadowlands, believe it or not. Let me just say that I really hope that they allow us that if we want to keep doing some of those starter zones, that we are still able to do so, which if I recall, they did say we could do that. Because let's just say that at least for Demon Hunters, and especially Death Knights, it makes sense to be able to just keep on doing those starter zones from then. And for some other ones, it also makes a lot of sense. Now, some, not too fond of, but some I actually really like. In fact, I've actually been considering doing a series of bids where I show you guys each of the different starting zones, depending on either what class you choose or what race you choose. And I say either class or race. Usually it was only based on your race. Now, because of both Death Knights and Demon Hunters, it's dependent on your class. Because, well, those classes get their own starter zones, regardless of what race you choose. So, this was especially the case when you were a Death Knight back in Wrath. Where it was like, hey, it doesn't matter what race you choose. You're a Death Knight. You're with the Scourge. You work for the Lich King now. That was the idea. Of course, then once you broke, free at the end of it, and it was like, hey, now you go to your capital city, because now you have to go rejoin the faction. It was just kind of like, oh, okay. I remember the first time I did that, I didn't know that was going to happen. I honestly thought playing as a Death Knight meant you were going to get to play for the Lich King and the Scourge the entire time. This was how unknowledgeable I was back then when it came to the game and the lore and such. And by the end, I was like, aww. Huh. pocket of these guys just bunched up together.
Mountain range.
Okay. Oh. I'll help you.
We don't have a target.
I got your back, Dwarven Rogue. Alright. 15 more of these forces to be slain. May as well stick with this Dwarven Rogue here, since we are clearly on the same quest here.
I need to get closer.
For a shot.
Alright. Now, what is the deal with this? Good work. That should deter the Naga for now. I was hoping that that shield would go down when the channelers were killed. I don't like the looks of this. We must prepare for an attack. Man the cannons. Defend the levee at all costs. Uh-oh.
How tenacious. Feel honor in your accomplishment of living long enough to face my pride.
So... this is basically the third time, once at Azuna and once in the raid, Eternal Palace, that we actually see her actually name one of these kinds of abominations, basically after some aspect of herself. Not entirely sure what else I should be doing to help slay this thing, other than that these things are basically on their own.
Too far away.
Oh, there's an, the guy's here. The Dwarven Rogue is here, that's why. Ah. Ouch. There we go. We've done it. The Naga defeated and the levee remains intact. From the depths they come. The Naga are mostly cleared out thanks to your help. They'll think twice before attacking again. Can you return to Brennadum and tell Squire Augustus that I'll return to his normal... to the third, to return to his normal station? Sure. first, there's treasure over here. At least there was. Where'd it go? Whatever. Fine, fine. Let's go ahead and just take a moment to fly over. Rather than use the Flight Master. Look at this. Ah. Gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. And I'm sure it's just going to be just as beautiful here as it, you know, in Drustavar as it is here, right? 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 Oh boy. Hold on. Treasure. Now why does it keep disappearing off my minimap? I see it for a moment and then it goes away. It's like, come on! Fine.
Hello.
Oh, Roger. I'll head back at once. And yet you're just standing there. One more. It's probably going to be up here. Cycle of Hatred. Beacon Hill. Yeah, I'll probably spend time just going around collecting these since I have them marked on my map. Alright. We'll see if we can finish this off and finish off Stormsong Valley when we come back. Stay tuned.